All right, our first function is quadratic. The domain, because this points to the left and this points to the right, our domain is all real numbers. We can write that in interval notation, or we can just write out the words all reals. Our range is for up and down for our y values. This is the highest point on our graph. That point has a y value of -1. So the range is everything under -1. So I can say that as y is less than or equal to -1, or I could say it is from -infinity to -1. Either way is acceptable. To decide if something is positive or negative, we focus on the x-axis. Anything above the x-axis is positive, anything below is negative. So this graph never goes above the x-axis, so this graph is never positive. This graph is always negative, so we can say all reals, or we can say -infinity to +infinity. For increasing and decreasing, sometimes it helps to draw a line through the turning point to help you decide on your intervals. So on this side of the graph, if I move from left to right, this is increasing because I'm going up from left to right. So this side is increasing. I'm going down on this side. So this is decreasing. This number that I turned around at was -4. So everything to this side of -4, so everything less than -4 is increasing. That's this. This means from the left up until -4, and decreasing from -4 to the right. For end behavior means we look at the arrows at the end and decide what way they're pointing. The x values are for left and right, so this is left. So as my arrow points left, what other direction does it point? It points down. I say down with -infinity. As x goes right, over here, what other direction is this arrow going? It is going down. Okay, number two. This is also quadratic. Domain, it points left and it points right. So this is all reals. Range, this is the bottom of my graph. The bottom of my graph has a y value of -5, right? So it's everything above -5. So y is greater than or equal to -5. The other way we can write that is -5 to infinity. Either way, you don't have to write both, you pick one. X-intercepts, where does it touch the x-axis? There's 2 points. You write the coordinates down. This point is at -5, 0, and this point is at 1, 0. Y-intercept, there's only one. So right here at -3, the coordinate is 0, -3. Increasing and decreasing. If it helps you, draw a line through where it turns around. It's turning around at -2. On this side of the line, when I go left to right, because I'm reading my graph like I read a book, this is decreasing. On this side of my line, I'm going up, so it's increasing. So everything less than -2 is decreasing. So if I go through my choices, this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. This means everything smaller than -2. increasing everything bigger than -2. Okay, end behavior. This says as x goes left, what is y doing? On this side, my graph is pointing up and left. So up is positive infinity. As x goes right, so on the right side of my graph, where's my arrow pointing? This arrow is pointing right and up. So up is positive infinity. Fill in the blanks for positive and negative. So positive and negative, we focused on the x-axis. It's positive here, and it's positive here. So until I get to this point, which is -5, so everything smaller than -5, it's positive. So I can write that like this. And everything that's bigger than 1. Then this section is where it's negative, and that's everything between -5 and 1.